We have some news today in terms of the Jarius Wright contract, as well as John Sullivan being placed on the short-term IR, which does open up a roster spot. But I will first talk about the Jarius Wright contract, as it was $14.8 million with 7 guaranteed. I'm not sure if it's fully guaranteed or if it's like how much of it's like medical or whatnot. I don't know those yet. Sorry about that, but is what it is. Some people may think this is like a Cordero Patterson, like he could be gone. I don't think that's the case. I think because since Jarius primarily works from the slot, and that's a totally different position from what Cordero plays, so this doesn't put Cordero at any disadvantage here. The second thing people may point at is that it is 14.8 for a guy who's like number 3. That's not that unusual for a slot receiver. Because 2 slot receivers that I know got around the same, Jeremy Curley and Dwayne Harris. Curley's is 14, and the Giants signed Dwayne Harris as a return man and slot guy at 17.5. Jarius is now earning 3.7 a year, as both of those guys are earning 3.5. And I will say I think Jarius Wright is a better receiver than both of these people. So I'm okay with the price that he's at. I like that. It's really not that bad. And Dwayne Harris even got 7.1 in terms of guaranteed. So we got Jarius Wright cheaper than Dwayne Harris, who I think is not as good as a receiver as Jarius Wright, although he is a better return man. But we don't need him to return kicks as we have Patterson. And maybe Stephon Diggs if Patterson doesn't cut it. And now the second thing I think is a big blow to this offense with John Sullivan being out. On the bright side, I do think Joe Berger is good enough to start. That's like him at center is almost having like 2 starting centers, as there are not too many good centers in the league. We do have a good one in Sullivan, but now that he's on short-term IR, we have an okay-ish one in Joe Berger. He's not bad. He's serviceable. You know what you're getting. He's dependable in that regard. Now, it does free up a roster spot, who I think we could easily shore up the offensive line on the tackle. We do have issues there. We're thin. There's really not any young guys at corner that I think that we couldn't really use. So, but I think we're okay at corner. I just thought maybe Zimmer may want to go there. But the 2 guys I have as backup tackles, this is for depth. I'm not saying to start over TJ Clemmings. I would much rather have TJ Clemmings be the starter for this, as this could be much needed playing time. We don't know if Khalil's had a great preseason, but if he's not good enough if he does what he did last year, then this is much needed playing time for TJ Clemmings, as we can try to flip him over to the left side, and then we'll just fill Loadholt right back into the right. So these are for backups. I think Gabe Karimi and Tyler Columbus. They aren't flashy names by any means. Well, they're also tackles, but they're backups is for depth, just in case this gets any worse than it has, because this has been horrible. Starting with that Loadholt injury, so it's been bad. I know a lot of people are probably going to be asking for Jake Long, but I don't think we should try Jake Long, because like I said before, with Clemmings, that really hinders his development, which I think we could need. Loadholt is getting up there in age, so let's play out this scenario. Let's say Clemmings plays extremely well for the season. We still have Loadholt. Would it be that bad to try to trade Loadholt if he plays that well? So that's just a thought for me, personally. Like, if he's not going to start, maybe we can get something for him, because he is a pretty good tackle. Just if Khalil plays well and Clemmings plays well, I'll take the age at that point so we can have this young offensive line go. Even though Sullivan's not really young, but I think we can live with that because Sullivan, he's, like I said, center's hard to find. He's pretty good. You guys can weigh in on that one, of whoever watches this. Because I don't know how other people would feel about trading Loadholt, but because we wouldn't get too much for him. He's an aging tackle. So I was thinking maybe like some mid to low round kind of pick, like at best a fourth at best, and that might be stretching it a bit because of his age and he's not the best in pass protection, but he's huge and he's a mauler in the run game. So that's that. But but Jake Long would probably end up getting the starting spot. So I don't know, due to his experience and how he has played in the past. So I know he's coming off that ACL, but I feel like they would take that experience. But like I said, I think that would really hinder the development of TJ Clemmings. We really don't need that. So that's why I said Columbus or Gabe Karimi, two guys that I think would be more than okay with being backups. But I still think they could be getting corners. I don't know why, but some guys like we've had, let's see who's I don't know actually, some of these guys I'm not really liking. I'm looking at some right now, just not people maybe Terrell Brown, maybe, and that's why I said a corner. I'm not really little because I'm liking Mike Harris at guard. I don't think we need a guard at all. I love Mike Harris at guard. He's doing very well. So I will take Mike Harris all day at guard. That's why I think depth at tackle will be a very good option with that. So I'm going to be wrapping this up now. I do have a Twitter and Facebook page for this now, so you guys can go ahead and follow and like all that good stuff over there. And farewell till next time.